Live. Oh, I need not move the table. I need not move the table.
I need not move.
Hi, everybody.
Let's see if we can get it pulled up.
So we're gonna, per usual, we're gonna be watching it on our computer so that we can see the live chat. We're gonna be looking at the phone. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at our chalkboard wall.
You can tell that the kids have had their way with it.
What? No, I'm talking about where it's missing. We need like something there. So
we normally have a calendar there, but I have it here so that we can talk about what we have been up to the last 2 weeks since the last time that we have chatted. First off, this is Vino Vent.
It is Vino Vent, our fourth Vino Vent.
We have stumbled across a new wine that we are really enjoying as of maybe 2 weeks ago, right? And this is the one that we are really liking right now. It's fairly inexpensive. It's only like $11.
Yeah, it's a very, well, I'm going to say middle of the road wine. For us anyways, like we're not super snobby when it comes to wine, so I don't know if a $12 bottle is expensive or cheap for you, but this one is really, really good. Yeah. It's a Cabernet.
So why don't you do your use?
I know, it's just like, let me go through and just see. So, hello, Kenneth and Jeff and Bob and Brendan and Calvin and Glenn and Michael and Kelsing and Thomas and Eduardo and Gregory and Lane and Leo and Seth and Aranda and Alex and Terry and Todd and Denise and Dragos and RC and Jason and Daniel, Jeffrey and Dylan King. Hi, Dylan. Guys, has anyone, real quick, community check-in, has anyone talked to Sapna lately?
Oh yeah, we have not.
She wasn't on the last live or YouTube premiere, and I haven't seen her over on Instagram lately, so if you guys have heard from her.
Thank you, Mary. This is a jacket that I got last week at Old Navy. We went to shop for the kids at Old Navy, and then one of the workers gave us a 50% off code, and so then both of us were like, okay, maybe we'll get something for ourselves.
I know.
This was one of the items that I got for myself.
I love it. PJ snatched up all the good jackets. I got a...
you said you did not like this jacket.
Was that the one I didn't? No, the red one.
No, it was this one. Because I picked out the red one first, and you said you loved that one. And then, so let me just show you. Hold on one second.
We'll go get the Christmas one. The Christmas one is I'm calling it the Christmas one. It's not really the Christmas one, but it feels and looks like Christmas to me. So it's my favorite one. Oh, he's getting both of them. Well, anyways, he snatched up the great jackets. I got a pullover that I'm not crazy about, but it is warm.
Let me just show you. So this one, I don't know. I can't tell you which one is my favorite because I don't really know.
Are you serious?
I love them both.
I have a favorite.
The red one.
No, the Christmas one.
It's not as comfortable. So this one has like the fleece on the inside.
I could probably wear it.
And then this one also has the fleece on the inside, except it's more.
But you have a jacket like that already.
I do.
I like the J. Crew one better, but I do like this one.
Well, it's just a different flannel. And then...
That's true. It is a different pattern.
So maybe 2 years ago I realized something about myself, and it's I'm not really big into clothes, but I am really into jackets. So like, I've decided that I may just start wearing a black shirt and black pants, and then just switch out my jackets because I really like a jacket.
I love this is my favorite one. Just for the record, this is my favorite one. I know we've well if you've been here a little bit, you've noticed over the last couple of years we've tried to make things simpler, simplify, and one of those is what we wear. So we've tried to adopt like a capsule wardrobe where we just try to wear all one color. As you can see tonight, we're both wearing black. This was not planned. But, yeah.
Or was it?
It was not. It was not. Okay, so wait. Let's check in. And Mary said he was a runway model.
Not quite.
RC says, I love flannel, but I'm in Texas on the Gulf Coast. Heat stroke is a possibility.
Yeah. I'm actually hot right now, so I had to take that one off.
Brendan loves the green one. Clinton loves the black and white one.
Okay, so somebody said the tree is already up.
Yeah.
That brings up something that we did this past, was it, I guess last week?
Yeah, right after, I think, Raya's birthday party.
So Raya turned 5 on November the 5th, and somewhere after that we got the tree. However, I told Thomas, I was like, I really want to start a family tradition of getting a real tree, but not only a real tree, getting a real tree that was potted so that we have our Christmas tree, we decorate it as a family, and then when Christmas is over, we can plant the tree on our farm. So we're gonna try it this year. Thomas and I actually did this one time back in like 2000, either 15 or 16.
Yeah, before we were in this house.
Yeah, and the tree ended up dying. So fingers crossed we don't do that again. But yeah, we did go ahead and put the tree up because we typically like to decorate for Christmas the day after Halloween, which I know is very controversial for a lot of people.
No.
But we are one of those people. We have Christmas lights on the outside of our house also.
I know. PJ really got me into like liking that because growing up we never decorated. We wouldn't decorate till December.
Well, I mean, growing up until I lived with my aunt, it was like that. I mean, there was times where we didn't have a tree until like the day before Christmas.
Same. Which we loved Christmas in our house, and I know you guys did too. But sometimes stuff just happens. But yeah, we did decorate. When PJ started, we started, and then yeah. When do you guys decorate for Christmas? Let's explore that in the comments. I would love to know.
When is too early and when is too late to decorate for Christmas? It's never too early for me.
I mean, is 1 month really long enough? It's not. It's not long enough.
And it's so much work, like to decorate a tree and put lights on your house. And if you do end up decorating more than just a tree and you do other things throughout your house, that's a lot of work for like less than 30 days. Yeah. I would rather have Christmas stuff up early and take it down the day after Christmas than to be one of the people that like leave it up until mid-January. Like when Christmas is here and we had our Christmas and everyone did their thing, I'm like ready to take that tree down. I am ready to set up for spring. I don't know, there's something about it that's nice. And then like immediately it's a new year. You're really good about like organizing and cleaning, so
that's one of the perks. I saw Dylan said that he likes it up right after Halloween because he gets to enjoy it more too. Brendan said, "Is 1 month really enough?" I'm actually working on a blog post called something about along the lines of that, Brendan. But yeah, as soon as because we put it up early and we enjoy it for 2 months, and then by that time we are like over Christmas, and it's like rebirth comes January, and it's like starting over. I love it. You made a good point.
Yeah.
So speaking of Christmas decorations, it was so sweet tonight. Our kiddos' aunt and uncle came over.
And this is bio.
Yes.
Bio family.
They're bio, our children's bio.
And
uncle.
We love them to death. They have like a really good relationship with the kids, and it's one that we plan on keeping. So, but yeah, I'll let you finish.
No, yeah, that's a good point. They're so sweet. And the kids love them, but the aunt brought us a family ornament that has my name and PJ's name and Anna and Ryan Allen's name, and it says the McKays at the bottom, and there's 5 of them, and it was the sweetest thing. It was so unexpected, and like, I mean, it's like the perfect gift that you could have gotten us, because especially PJ loves things like homemade things, or like from the heart, and it was a really sweet gift.
Yeah, it was super cute. So,
oh, real quick, check in. We're trying something new tonight where we have music in the background. Can you guys hear it? Is it too loud? What's the status on the music?
So decorating the Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. That's a lot. A lot of people do that.
And I like the idea of that. I just wish Thanksgiving was a month before, so that you could have it up for 2 months.
Yeah, it's just too late for me.
It's too late.
I'm good with being decorated for Christmas for Thanksgiving. To me, I enjoy it actually better.
Agreed. It feels more like the holidays. Everyone's saying good volume, perfect, sounds good, perfect. Okay.
How is Jet Black? Jet Black is great. I took him to the farm. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. And I was like, fingers crossed that he's like ready to go see Mama and be done with me. And so I took him. I turned him loose. He took off running to his mom, and then I was at the farm working all day. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Jet Black is a sheep, and he should be living at our farm, but his mom did not have enough milk for him and his 2 sisters. So I brought him home, and Thomas and I have been bottle feeding him for a few weeks now. Anyways,
Yes.
I took him there. He ran off. I thought today's the day that he will reunite with his flock of sheep. And maybe 5 hours later, when I was ready to leave, he started bang, and he was way up on the top of the hill. And I was like, I know he's yelling for me. And I was like, I'm only going to take him home if he runs all the way down the hill to me. And I went to the gate, and I looked up the hill, and I said jet black, and he ran down the hill, and so I picked him up and I took him home. So he is good. He's on the back porch right now, and still trying to wean him off of a bottle, but he's just not ready yet. So he's good.
Yeah, he's a cutie. He's frustrating today, though.
We're trying to really wean him off because I was trying to find the bottle. Because he is so needy right now. But he is starting to eat grain and grass and hay, so it's a step in the right direction. He just won't drink water. We'll put water, like warm water, in his bottle, and he just will like take one sip and then spit it out and be done. So we'll see what happens.
It's challenging.
Okay, so someone asked if we listened to the Swift new album. We did, and we actually wrote down a few things that we're going to talk about. But just to catch you guys up, because it has been 2 weeks, we were going to go through our calendar and kind of just walk through what we did.
That's a
So
good idea.
on November the 5th is when Raya had his birthday, and then the week of like November 8th through the 12th, we basically were all sick in the family. So I've been sick for about 2 months, and Raya was sick, and then we kept him home most of the week last week.
Oh my gosh, 4 out of 5 days.
Yeah. He didn't throw up. Alan, was that last week?
Oh my god, Alan did throw up. Yeah, that was I think 2 weeks ago.
Maybe 2 weeks
Alan
ago.
threw up.
So yeah, Alan, we've all been sick. Anna started showing signs
has it
of a
now.
cough maybe a day or 2 ago. Thomas has a cough now. I feel like I might be getting better, but I'm still coughing up nasty green chunks of phlegm.
This is so gross.
And I took a photo of one
Please don't show
on my
that.
phone because
That's so nasty.
no, I think you need a visual for this. Also tonight we took the kids to the park, and Raya was he was swinging on his belly, and he ran to the swing and like was planning on like diving onto it to like catch himself with his belly, but he just dove right through it, and he ate dirt. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Jeez.
But yeah, it was a cute moment.
So
it's
sweet.
the
oh my
phlegm.
god.
I won't do like real close, but I took a photo of it because it was a big old
That
chunk
is
of
close enough.
nasty phlegm. Also, here's a cute. We should talk about how Anna and Raya, but more so Anna. So set it up for that, and I'll show. I took 2.
Well,
I haven't even shown you these.
yeah, I haven't seen that. Oh no, I did see the one on my phone.
Oh, did
There
I
was
take?
one on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every night, literally every night, in the middle of the night, after everyone's been in bed for a while, our door will open, and a little Gotina, Bambina, Bamboozle baby, will come into our room, and she gets so scared, and she'll come into our room, and she'll sleep with us for the rest of the night. And it's something that I think we both know we do not need to get in the habit of doing for her sake and for ours. But it's just so hard at this age because she's so little and she's so cute. And it's like we've waited so long and worked so hard to have children that it's like we want to enjoy those little moments.
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you feel about
Well,
it?
I was just like kind of going along with that. We were really good for the first
2
years. We were very strict about like.
Yeah.
We would stay with the kids until they either fell asleep, but we were like very adamant about them sleeping in their own beds. For me, part of it was because they were foster kids, and there's something like just off or strange about that for me. And but when Anna started coming to our room and it was just too hard to say, no, you can't get in our bed, go back to your bed. So
No.
she's been sleeping with us. But that brings up Thomas, I think this was yesterday. And first I took this photo because they were sleeping like that. And I can't show you the next one because we're using Thomas's phone. But then they like both switched positions and they were in the same exact position again. It was like within a few minutes.
Maybe we'll post though on our Instagram stories tomorrow or something.
Yeah, super cute.
That's so sweet.
Another thing that happened 2 weeks ago is that I joined the historic committee of our town, and super excited about that. I've been wanting to.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I've wanted to do that for years.
I know. Well, because they gave him a lot of hell whenever he was going before them years ago to get this house renovated. And so now it's fun that he's on it and can, I don't know, just bring some fresh ideas and opinions and point of views to the committee. You know everyone that's on the committee anyways, but I think it'll be neat for you to be on there. He's becoming a, what did you say whenever you first got home? I was like, he's becoming a prestigious member of society. He's on the historical committee. I love it.
I'm just marking off the things that we wanted to talk about.
I need a new coat. If you're going to be on the historical committee, as the husband of
a new coat.
A new coat.
Oh, is this your way of setting yourself up for that coat?
Which one?
The one right here.
Which one? Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I love that one. No, that's not what I was thinking, but basically, yeah. Brendan said Thomas is blessed.
Jeffrey asked how my mom's house was coming, and about the new house. So we did write down the new house on this that we want to talk about. So my mom's house is so close. We ended up firing the painter because they just did a really bad job. Well, let me put it this way. I did not fire him. I told him he wanted to get paid, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I will pay you. I'll even pay you today, but you need to fix these things that are wrong. And he basically quit me.
Is that the first time?
That he quit me or somebody quit
Like
me?
that you didn't have to fire someone and they just quit?
Usually they all quit.
I've
fired a few. I'm really hard to work for when it comes to that kind of stuff because I am a perfectionist, but if you do a good job, I will like reward you with...
Who remembers the pawn guy and the fence guy?
The past fence guy and the past pawn guy.
Yes.
Anyways, mom's house is coming along. We actually, the house that she's living in one of our rental houses, and we listed that one, and it is under contract as of today.
So exciting.
Which is nice. And then the new house that we are buying is closing next Thursday. So that's exciting. I already have like all these things going off in my head as far as like paint colors and what I want to do to it. But I'm excited about that one.
I am too. PJ's like living on Pinterest, pinning all of the things.
These are both definitely topics for you because I know you have a lot to say about that one.
Oh my god. Just pulled my belt. Yes. Well, to add on to what you were saying, very excited about the new cottage. We need to do like an official before tour pretty soon on one of our Sunday vlogs.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys will get a better idea of what it is. Because PJ was telling me before we got there, he's like, Thomas, it's so pretty, it's so magical. And I was like, PJ, I don't know if I told you, I was like, we just don't need another project right now. We have so many projects. And then I got there and I was like, okay, I can see why you fell in love with this piece of property and the house, because it is cute.
There's something about
so
it.
much potential.
The house definitely has a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Another exciting thing that happened this week, actually just like 2 days ago.
Yes, so we finally received our children's new birth certificates in the mail. We have been waiting on these since the adoption. Adoption happened August 31st, so 2.5 months we've been waiting on these birth certificates, because even though it's official, we adopted them, their names I don't think were still legally changed, and they weren't, I don't know if they weren't 100% ours, but there's just like all of these different avenues and loopholes that you have to go through in order to officially adopt. So even though you guys may have watched the video that we premiered a couple of months ago where the judge says, all right, I grant the adoption, it's like it still wasn't 100% until we received their new birth certificates. And then from there, we have to send them off to a caseworker who works at DCS, and she will finalize everything, and then they will officially be ours. So there's so much behind the scenes that goes into fostering and then adopting that it's almost like we don't even have time to cover. So anyways, that's a small exciting thing that happened in our life that we're really excited about. Their new birth certificates came in the mail finally.
And surprisingly, I was not
names on it.
I was not expecting it to affect me the way that it did, because he was like, we got this from...
I was like, it came from the health department.
And as soon as I saw it,
it was addressed to me.
And I knew at that point what it was, and so when I opened it and I pulled them out and I saw their last name, I was just like, it definitely affected me more. I didn't even think it would do anything, but the adoption itself, like I felt that, and I was like, wow, it's finally over, and like this is a thing. But then seeing that and seeing their new names on paper, and then we all have the same last name now, it definitely.
Sweet. I know you were like, oh wow, this is crazy. Like you kind of took it in for a moment.
Yeah. Brendan asked a good question about the tree. He said, what type of tree did you go for? And I went with a green giant. I think it's a green giant. And like green giant, and it's like a big A word, and I don't know what it is. But. So yeah, that's what we went with for tree. All right, let's do some questions before we get into the next topic, because I know that's going to be a very important topic for you. So,
yes, it is.
Let's see.
Would you go down? Would you stop? Thank you. Would you frame copies of the paperwork? Brandon wants to know. I don't think so. I mean, would you?
Yeah, I don't know. I did think in my head when I opened it, I'd like to do something special for these.
That's cute. Did you? I didn't think that.
I did think that, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, because it's not like pretty. But that's not. That's not everything. Not everything has to be pretty, but. And it's funny. So on the paperwork, on the birth certificates, it says like mother's name and father's name.
That is funny.
And mother, the word mother is crossed out, and I don't even think it says father. It just says my name.
Yeah,
where it says mother. But it's cute. They all have. I don't think we've said their full names, and maybe we won't. But they all have 4 names, like their dad and like their daddy, and their middle names are some of our names and some of our family names. So we kept their original birth names. We changed the spelling of some of them, and then we added our names to them. So they're a bunch of family names all put together, and I love them so much. And they love saying their names, I will say. They take pride in saying their full, long names.
Megan asked a good question, and she said, how do you handle the holidays with the kids' biological family? So the kids cannot see their biological parents, and that was a court order because of something that had happened, but we still let them visit with their paternal family, so the biological dad's family. And we were actually talking about that today, because they are wanting to do something either Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we'll just have to work it out with our schedule, but we typically either let them come over here. I think the first year we let the kids spend the night for Christmas Eve, and then they brought them back Christmas morning, and then we did presents. But this year we'll for sure have them for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we'll work something out so that they can either get them maybe the day before or the day after, and let them do a sleepover or something.
Yeah, I think so too. Life with Tyler said, do you guys want more kids in the future?
That is something that we actually have been talking about recently.
Yeah.
I think if we were to do any more kids, it would be either right now or in like 5 years. I don't for me. I don't think there's gonna be an in between.
I know.
But I do like the idea of all of the kids being close in age, just because I feel like you're kind of in the rhythm of raising kids that are in this age range and kind of know what to expect and where they should be at, and I don't know. I feel like we're in a really good rhythm right now. So if we did add one more to the mix, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also could see us waiting.
Yeah.
And I could also see us being content with 3 kids. But I will say that I can't imagine not having the 3 different personalities in the house, which also leads me to believe that adding a 4th, I would feel the same way.
I know, because right now, I mean, it's not like we're hurting or missing anything. Like, we feel pretty complete, I feel like. But I think that we'd be okay with one more.
Yeah. PPP, Anna is short for Ariana, which is why it was kind of crazy to us, because if you remember, we had a goat, and we raised it as a bottle baby, and we named the goat Ariana Gautier. And then we got Ariana, and it was just like it was meant to be.
Well, that's why first of all, she has so many nicknames, and that's why we call her Gotina, or we call her Gautier, we call her Ariana Gautier. But the difference is we called our goat Ari for short, and then we call Anna by the end of Ariana. So she's always I'm making up in my head that as she gets older, she probably won't go by Anna. She'll probably want to go by Ariana. I don't know. That's just for some reason what I think. But I love Anna. I think it's such a cute little name.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody said just kiss already.
Oh. Okay.
And then somebody said, let's see.
Oh, Lane.
Jeffrey said, will Santa visit this house or the farm? I would love to be at the farm for Christmas, but I just don't think it's possible. We don't have Holiday House finished, and the tiny house is just too small. So I would imagine it's going to be here.
I think so too. We might host again this year. You've hosted the last couple of years. Lane said real quick, or did you want to add more?
What about Adele? Adele is on.
She's on CBS. I know. That's why we're not doing an hour tonight. We're gonna watch it on Paramount Plus. Don't worry. That's a premiere.
Sorry, guys.
I know. What if our watch? There's 575. It's gonna start going down. Adele is not on CBS right now.
If you want to leave to go watch that,
no,
I do not.
She's not on CBS. Lane said, "Have Matt and Bo sent you a copy of their new book?" So Lane, they haven't.
But we have known about it for a long time.
We have. However, I will say, I don't think they'd mind me saying this. They did send us a copy of the wine chapter a couple of months ago, because they asked if I would look over it and just kind of get my thoughts on it, because they know that I like to read books and blogs and magazines and things like that. So I read it, and it was so, I'm going to tell you, I'm not just saying this because they're our friends, it was extremely informative and very knowledgeable. I learned a lot about wine and how to buy it from stores and what to look for and from different regions. So
You should put your feet.
I know I'm going to be
there
bouncing the camera. But it's a beautiful book. We've seen parts of the books, and the colors are beautiful, the photographs are beautiful, the story behind it is so amazing, and they've been working on it for a really long time. So we're just so excited for it to finally come out.
I feel like they said in the from start to where they are now was 2 years.
It's a long time.
Which is insane. So much work. Do you have any holiday cartoon or movies that you watch every Christmas? That is definitely a Thomas question.
Well, Billy, I'm glad that you asked, because we do. We have mainly 3, I think, 3 or 4. So the number one that I make our family watch every Christmas is The Family Stone.
Oh wait, yeah, Brendan.
What? Family Stone. John DTX said window shopping for mink coats for Thomas. Sips wine. Dylan King knows The Family Stone. Yeah, The Family Stone is my all-time favorite Christmas movie. It may be my all-time favorite movie. Sybil Stone is my icon. I love that movie. I love everything about that movie. And then The Holiday, of course. And then we do both Home Alones every Christmas. So there's a couple of movies that we watch every Christmas, and it gets us in the Christmas spirit.
Rhonda said, will Matt and Bill be visiting for Christmas? I don't think they'll be here for Christmas, but they are planning on being here the first week of December. So they'll be here at the beginning of the month.
So fun. PPP says, Thomas, do you ever think about submitting one of your essays for publication? You're a really good writer.
Aww.
That's so sweet. I don't know. I've never thought. I don't know where I would even submit it to. Or submit them. I don't know. Maybe. That'd be a fun one. I would love to be published one day.
Well, that brings up, somebody asked if we had ever thought about writing a book. I personally have not, but I think you would be good at that.
I think it'd be fun. I don't even know what it would be about or where to begin, but I think that it would be a challenging experience in a good and bad way. I would love to explore that one day. What was I going to say? Yeah, Kel saying, you're so sweet. He said you should be writing for the New Yorker or Vanity Fair. You were... no, everyone that writes for them are on a whole other caliber than me.
Thomas is insanely informative about pop culture, which is why, so we're saving Taylor Swift. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to save it for later?
We can do it now.
Okay. So let's talk about Taylor Swift,
please,
and releasing Red, Taylor's version.
Oh my god.
So this is all you, baby.
You
like
it too. Don't even act like you don't. Don't even act like you don't. So she released Red, Taylor's version, our queen of wine herself. So Red has, for the longest time, I think before Folklore came out, I would always say that Red was my favorite Taylor Swift album because it had so many of her iconic songs like All Too Well and State of Grace and Holy Ground and Begin Again and I Almost Do, and I personally love Starlight. I know it's kind of a woozy little quirky song, but I love it. And then the last time, it just had all the 22, which I was 22 years old when the song 22 came out. So it just had all these like iconic, memorable songs for me. And so when she announced that she was releasing that as her next re-recording, November couldn't get here fast enough. It was like June or July, and I was so excited. And then it came out, and it did not disappoint. She promised the 10-minute version of All Too Well.
Did she?
She delivered.
I thought it was like a urban legend until...
Well, so like for years, obviously All Too Well is like iconic in the Swift catalog. And whenever she first wrote it, she gave an interview where she talked about her co-writer Liz Rose. Taylor wrote the song, that she called Liz up and said, come over, I have the song and I need to cut it down because it was like 10 minutes. And so then they kind of wrote it together. And so there was always kind of folklore, if you will, on it. I know.
I'm ever more surprised.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. On if All Too Well really was 10 minutes. And then over the years, All Too Well became more and more celebrated, more known. It was ranked number 2 on Rolling Stone's greatest songs of the decade.
Thank you, Glenn, the gay guy.
What? What did you say?
He said to click the like button.
Oh, yeah, that's so sweet. Glenn, the gay guy. We're all gay guys here. I love that. So, anyways, number 2 song of the decade by Rolling Stone. It just was like, it's considered one of the greatest written songs of all time, and I agree. It's my favorite song by hers. And she had talked about it, and then finally in July or June, when she talked about Red being released, she said, it's all these songs about feeling free, confused, and lonely, and blah, blah. And she's like, and hey, one of them's even 10 minutes long. And you guys, when I say I had a heart attack, I'm not exaggerating. I was like, there's no way she's going to find a release that. So then Seth just asked, how did you feel about the added verses? I love them. I think some of them, I'm going to be honest. Here we go, because we can speak candidly here. I think that some of them didn't flow. The words didn't flow as easily or as sonically as they did in the original. However, I will say the part where she says, And there we are again, when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. That was just as strong to me.
I was surprised that wasn't in the original.
I know, I do too. I wonder if it was because it was it was dark. I mean, on the surface, that doesn't sound like a dark lyric, but if you really think about it, that's kind of a dark lyric. And so I'm wondering if she thought it was too dark, or I don't know. But that was my favorite added. That was just as strong to me as we're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Like, that was so strong and so heartbreaking. But I also like where she says, my dad was like watching me on my birthday, and he said it's supposed to be fun, turning 21. I like that. Did I think it was strong enough to end the whole verse on and then go quiet for a couple seconds afterwards?
I
don't
did.
know. Did you?
No, I did.
Because it kind of like left you like, oh god.
Well, like the first time, I remember the first time that I heard that part, and I was like, what did she just say? And I wanted to listen to the whole song again just for that one part. So yeah, for me, it spoke to me.
I like that.
I was not that excited about Red at all, and surprisingly, I do like it. And I love the bonus
From the vault.
From the vault. That is the
single.
Is that the one
I
that
bet
like
you think of me.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I do really like that.
I like that one. I like honestly, from the vault songs on this CD or on this album are a lot stronger in my opinion. I didn't care for a lot of them on Fearless, except for Mr. Perfectly Fine, which I think is one of her best songs she's ever done. I can't believe it took her 13, 14 years to release that. But yeah, all of From the Vault songs are great on this one. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this one. I really hope that it comes out on top of the charts and that Silk Sonic doesn't beat it. I'm not a fan of Bruno Mars, but I love Taylor Swift.
Okay, so
that's it.
Moving on.
Yes, that's that. I'm finished.
So I have had back pain for 10 plus years, and I have spent a lot of money for doctors to tell me nothing until recently. And I went to a chiropractor recently, and they did x-rays of my back, and it turns out...
Oh my god, yes. Why didn't we talk about this yet?
Let me just show you, because I do have a photo of this. So, it turns out, where my back should be straight, it is not. It is crooked. So, he determined that I had scoliosis, which, you know, not so great. But he does think that he can help with my back. So fingers crossed that that is something that does happen, because I hate it.
It's so sad. It was one of those things where I think we were both like relieved to know what it was finally. But now it's like, oh shoot, what?
So Seth said Jake Gyllenhaal is in some hot water again. You know, that's funny that you say that, Seth, because one of the first things that Thomas and I bonded over when we were like getting to know each other in the beginning is that we both loved Jake.
And still love him.
Jakey. And if you also know us well enough, our frame wall in our front room is like all art except for one photo. Jake.
And well, we have a Marlon Brando one.
Oh yeah, that is
He is streaming. Well, no, even Jake. I mean, we watched Guilty on Netflix, and he looked good in that movie.
Yeah, but as of today, I told Thomas that he is a bad boy, and I do not like him anymore. But actually, deep down,
listen. Here are my thoughts on this. I guarantee you, I don't know Taylor Swift, and I will never know her. I guarantee you, she is not still harboring those feelings and All Too Well, or We Are Never Getting Back Together, or I Bet You Think of Me, because we all know all of those songs are about Jake. She's not still harboring those feelings. She's in love with Joe, and she is a 32-year-old woman living her life, and so I think it's unfair to be like, oh, Jake was so this and that. I mean, he was in his 20s whenever he dated her. Now he's in his 40s. It's a different time, so I have no ill feelings towards Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that he may not have been the best guy for her, but she was also very young, if you think about it. She was 20 when she dated him. I mean, you're still a child when you're 20, and you act differently, and you say things differently that you wouldn't, and so...
Elaine said, I miss what he did. So basically, supposedly, he and Taylor dated. He did her wrong, and she wrote some songs. I like that.
She did it wrong. Wrote some songs.
And so did I. I'm gonna write that down right
Oh
now.
Jesus!
Do not come for me.
Well, the thing is, they dated for 3 months, which I am not trampling on anyone because I think you can fall in love with someone before 3 months. Like that's not the thing. The thing is, they were just. I believe they were at different stages in their lives. I think that she thought maybe she wanted to settle down or something. I don't know. At 20, I mean, I was 19 when I met PJ. I wanted to marry him the next day. Like you're just. And I'm sure she was so enthralled with this big Hollywood actor, even though she's a pretty big deal herself. I don't know. I'm Team Taylor, but I'm just saying I don't think that anyone should be giving Jake crap for something that happened 11 years ago.
So he was how old?
I mean, he was 29.
That is
30.
Yeah, that is somewhat hard because like you make some bad decisions in your 20s. So he was so young enough.
Yes.
And she was young enough
She
to
was
be
so
like,
young.
naive about it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
It was 3 months. She got a couple of great songs. I mean, a lot of great songs out of it.
I definitely don't think he should be canceled.
No. Oh my gosh.
But
no,
it did tarnish a little bit towards him. But I'm sure it'll be gone.
Yeah. So that said, I hope for your sake you guys do get to meet Taylor one day. I cannot even imagine meeting her and like what that would be like. She seems otherworldly to me.
Taylor?
Only because like people like that, like her or like Angelina Jolie, like famous people who have literally been all over the world and have met so many people. It's just like there's an intimidation factor that it's like you have seen things that I could not even dream about. You've been in situations and around certain people that like most people don't get the chance to do, and it's like I don't know. I feel like the things that you could learn from them just spending one night with them would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I don't know. I love the idea of that. I would love to meet them. So, if I could meet, we always for some reason play this game. If I could meet one person in the whole world, like a famous person, it would be Angelina Jolie for me, and yours would be.
It would be Joanna Gaines.
Joanna Gaines.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Love her. I would love for you to meet her.
Me too. And I'd love for you to meet Angie because you are obsessed with her.
I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
She's so inspiring.
Okay, so we went through everything that we wanted to talk about with you guys.
We did.